it allows you to progress through the lecture a little bit quicker. And so what I did to start us out, now mind you, I'm going on a laptop here, so the mouse is a little funny, and so I asked for 3.5 minutes instead of 3 minutes here. So multiple pictures in a single slide. And what I'm going to do is create a new slide and show you from scratch how to put 3 different pictures into one slide. So we'll insert a slide. And since most of you are familiar with how Turning Point works, I'm not going to... Well, that's a new one for me. I've never seen a grid like that. Pardon? So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We'll just start a new presentation. It's all right. Okay. The delete button doesn't work the one time that I want it to. So what I'm going to do is just create a whole new presentation. And it's going to be minus the title slide. And okay. So we're already in Turning Point, and I'm just going to make a new one. As I said in my breakout lecture, the one great thing about technology, it always works perfectly every time you use it. Okay. So we're going to insert a question slide. All right. Oh.
On the left side here.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thanks, Rob. That's some good work there. Thank you very much. All right, so you can enter a generic question. Best car. The next step I do is to fill out the correct answers. And the correct answers, remind you, or all of the answers, choices, are going to be pictures. So how are we going to identify the pictures? Well, I usually identify them as 1, 2, 3, or A, B, C. So we'll do 1, a 2, and a 3. Well, at this point, you'd go, well, okay, go ahead and enter in the pictures. But what would happen is if I did it here, the pictures would not be spaced appropriately with the numbers. So I just sort of ad-lib here, and I add the words at it to questions number 1 and questions number 2. And I reduce the size of the box. So now answers 1, 2, and 3 are evenly spaced throughout the length of the slide. And I simply highlight the words I don't want. Oops, pardon me. It's a laptop, you see. And I can't tell you how many times I've thanked the undo button. So I highlight the words at it, and I make them the same color as the background. And the color slide isn't, or the color icon isn't here, but ordinarily I have placed in the toolbar an option to make the words. Yeah, is it font? Oh, thanks. Yeah, we'll right click on it. Make the words the same color as the background. And you go, gosh, Brian, this seems awfully labor intensive. And actually, it's not when you're not using a laptop. And so what we just did was we created space for pictures. And we can insert the pictures appropriately right after number 1, after number 2, and number 3. So the inherent trick is to pick pictures that are actually clear and have a high resolution. And you just import the pictures. Go to Insert Picture. Pick the picture that you have in mind, and then size it. And you can move it to the appropriate location. You do this for all 3, which I don't have time to do. I want the other speakers to have some time. We'll make this kind of a fair competition. And you go, okay, that's it. Well, almost. If you look really closely, for those of you that don't need glasses, right down at the bottom there, the answers say 1 space add it, 2 space add it, and 3. Well, you can easily change those, as most of you I'm sure already know, by double-clicking the image, and it basically pulls up an Excel chart where you simply change the answers to number 1, number 2, and number 3. Now, had I had a lot of time, I would actually ask you guys which is your favorite car that you can't afford. So I just chose mine to start with. But you can do this, like I said, with music, with science, and anything that requires pictures. Any questions? Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Good. Okay. I'd like to invite Jeffrey Stoll up to the stage. Jeffrey? Jeffrey is Associate Professor of Psychology at Eastern Illinois University.
I teach a class called Controversial Topics in Psychology, which of course has controversial topics in psychology. For this class, I have debates, about 12 different debates that we do, and I have three students on each team, debate team. The debate team is asked to choose either a yes or no in favor of a controversial topic in psychology. Prior to this slide at the beginning, I will show them a turning point slide that has a forced choice option. Yes or no, do they think, for example, that the divorce of parents harms their children? Now, because most students are not extreme in their views, yes or no, I then present this slide, which is on a Likert scale from 1 to 5. This is a special type of slide called a moment-to-moment slide. I have it set up so that every 60 seconds, it polls the audience on what their opinion is. If their opinion has not changed, the line will remain flat.